click, 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 click. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are not, welcome back. So nice to see you again. Would you kiss? Would you kiss? Hug. So I don't know. Okay, look, 16 seconds into the video and I'm checking the mic already, y'all, because I don't trust myself. Okay, and if you don't trust me either, I don't blame you when it comes to this, because girl, I be smacking it, turning it off, and all types of stuff. Anyway, y'all, I'm not quite sure how long this video will be. This could wind up being like a very quick video, because honestly, the subject matter at hand is it's just brief. Okay, so it's just pretty brief. Before we get into it, you already know what I'm about to say. If you would like one-on-one coaching with yours truly, or anything else that I have to offer, please feel free to go to www.lawofassumptionprincess.com. Also, make sure to read the disclaimer in full before booking. It helps you, it helps me, and it makes things easier for the both of us. Love you, bestie. Okay, so I already told y'all a while ago that I'm neurospicy, okay? Very much so not ashamed of it. It's just how I am. It's how my brain works. A little spectrumy. I'm a little spectrumy. I got a little touch of autism, okay? And so, you know, when it comes to the law, I very much so make it my own. And that's what you're supposed to do. Like, you're literally supposed to make this personalized to you, right? And, you know, I kind of, we all have had a point in time where we have had to reference our old story. Maybe in the beginning you have done it more. Maybe now you're doing it less, and you find yourself maybe referencing it from time to time. Maybe you're like me and you don't do it that often at all, but it is a time where you might find yourself reflecting on something and you catch yourself and you're not really loving it. And I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, man, I don't really like the concept of referring to the old story as the old story, because it reminds me that it is an old story, and it just sounds kind of dreadful. Like, I don't know, just the phrasing of it for me. When I was having like my inner conversations, and I would just be like, oh, like, you know, the old story or whatever. I'm just like, like, you know, this just doesn't feel right for my personhood and my inner dialogue and my totality spiritually. Okay. Maybe it feels fine for you. And if that is the case, do that. Do what you do, because we are what? Two different people. Okay. So if that doesn't bother you, referring to it as the old story, do that. But this is just kind of like a neurospicy brain hack that might work for you. Maybe, you know, you will be okay with doing whatever else you like to do. But, I was thinking to myself one day, this was recently, it had to be recent. I was kind of like, you know what if I refer to the old story as something more beneficial, something that sounds more exquisite and will kind of ring a bell in my mind and make me feel something good. And I came up with the phrase, the major blessing. The major blessing, right? So in my mind, whenever I would think of the old story, instead of being like, okay, remember when this happened in the old story, I was now saying, oh, remember when that major blessing happened? So anytime it would kind of go off in my head, something about like the old story, or the phrase in particular, the old story, because that's really what I'm targeting here. I would say, oh, remember when the major blessing, remember when the major blessing came into your life and really just made things so much better for you? Just that phrasing itself just it just kind of restructured everything for me. Like, I feel like it sounds so simplistic, and maybe it sounds like, you know, like what are you even saying? What are you talking about? But I'm being dead ass about my experience and the decision that I made for myself. And when I just started referencing it using this phrasing, like, you know, the major blessing. Maybe for you it could be something different. Oh, remember the greatest time of my life when everything, you know, it's almost like utilizing revision through the terminology that you are deciding to use to describe a set of circumstances. Like, dead ass. That's what I was thinking of it as when I decided to start doing this. I was like, how about I just start calling it something beneficial, and then every time I kind of recall it in my mind and I use that phrasing around it, it will literally get my subconscious mind to remember good things, because I can't quite, it's very hard to think of something negative after saying, remember the major blessing that happened? Like, you know what I mean? It literally like really throws off the negative thoughts that you would have been having in proximity to thinking about the old story. You know what I mean? Like, just to me hearing that, like, oh, remember in the old story, and when the old story and the old story, like, I don't want to keep saying that over and over. And I think it was just something that I was kind of doing because I like to have inner conversations and kind of talk to myself about things as a point of reference. So it wasn't something that I was doing out of, you know, thinking negatively intentionally, or really trying to scan my brain for a negative circumstance to fixate on. No, it was just, I don't know, that term, the old story, was just like ingrained in here, and I didn't like it anymore. And I decided I wanted to change it. So I said, okay, we're going to go with calling it the major blessing. Because how about that? Now what's going to happen is, here's what's going to happen. Because we know how revision works, right? So now what's going to happen is, the more that I go in my motherfucking mind and do my inner conversations, which is all damn day because I'm a Leo and I never shut up even internally, okay? I'm going to keep telling myself, remember when this major blessing happened? Remember that major blessing? Oh, I remember that when the major blessing happened and the major blessing came in. You remember when the major blessing took place? You remember when that major blessing? I learned so much from that major blessing. Girl, it was so amazing, that major blessing. Then that's going to propel into my fucking future in a plethora of fucking endless, limitless ways. Like, what? Because that can apply to so many of my manifestations that it's just bypassing that shit that I don't want to address anymore and going straight to just being a major blessing, quite like I said. You know, so it was just something I told y'all before. I'm very fond of words. I like to get colorful with the way that I speak to myself, whether it's just me speaking to myself or me deliberately affirming. Bitch, I makes it me. You know, I makes it easy. I makes it enjoyable. My manifestation journey has honestly, and I think most people will tell you this who have been doing the law for a few years and really understand it at this point in time, it's simple. It's so simplified at this point. Like, even if y'all go back and watch my manifestation routine video from like a few months back, maybe like 6-7 months ago, I don't even do any of that anymore. Like, it's just so simplistic. So I was just like, I'm going to make a decision and tweak this one little thing within my inner dialogue and within who I'm deciding to be. And I'm just going to use this verbiage, and it feels good. And it's going to propel into my future because it's dead ass like revision in a beautiful way. Done. So this is just my little brain hack, okay? This is just something that I do. This is in my little arsenal. If you identify with it, do it. It could be anything. Like, I literally call myself so many things. I have so many different terms for my story, y'all. I have so many different little words and lingos that like only I know about, and they are inclusive in my story. And it's just that. Like, I feel like when it comes to the law and, you know, being the god of your own reality, get colorful, be limitless, have fun with it, make any kind of silly little spur of the moment decision such as this. Like, you can do whatever. You can just make a fucking decision and just do whatever. That's all this is anyway. That's all manifestation is anyway. It's just making a decision and leading with it. Deciding who you are being and leading with it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, that's pretty much all I had to say, besties. And honestly, I only started doing this, if I had to say, like a point in time, maybe like a week ago. Maybe not even a full week, bitch. Like, maybe 5 days. Like, honest to God. And it has just like, I can't explain how that one little thing, because I was already doing great, but like that one little thing just gave me like an identity shift, and it just feels like so many good fucking things are happening for me. Okay, y'all already know. Like, so y'all already know, like, you know, you gotta keep it on that down low. But like, yeah, like, what? Bitch, you're limitless. Like, just, if you don't get out here and do whatever the fuck you want, like, I'm not even playing. I'm just like not even playing. So yeah, this was just a little bit of token of advice from me to you. If you like it, use it. If you want to change it up and make it a little different to you, like I said, I call myself by so many different names. Y'all, so tell me why my mic gave out. Like, it just gave the fuck up. I'm not really understanding. But anyway, what I was saying is I just call myself by so many different names. I have an endless amount of states. Like, I think I've talked about this before too. Like, I call myself an intergalactic princess. I call myself princess of the universe. Like, I have limitless states, limitless phrases that I use to identify myself with. So me just referring to the old story as my major blessing is just kind of synonymous with like that. You know what I mean? Just using my words to identify a version of me that I'm deciding to be. And that's really all this is. What am I fucking dancing to? What am I dancing to, bitch? Like, but yeah, I don't know why or how my mic gave up. I don't know why or what I'm singing to, but I'm sad y'all can't hear it because I'm sure it was fucking hilarious. But anyway, oh, I'm saying fuck, bitch. What's up, that fuck, bitches? Get money. I don't know. I have no idea, bitch. Like, I literally don't know. But yeah, I hope that y'all identify with this advice. Like I said, make it colorful, make it you. Do whatever you have to do to make yourself feel good, because manifestation is natural, it's easy, and it should be enjoyable. So I love you guys, and until next time, you guys, I love you. 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 Switching conversations for you.